Hello, everybody. It's your girl, B Woods, Brandy Woods, the millionaire midwife, and your millionaire childcare success coach. I'm so excited about having you on with me tonight. Um, Last night was the bomb.com and the Q&A session. Man, was that not fire? If you were on the Q&A session today, please let me know. You guys did a phenomenal job with the Q&A session. I mean, it was lit. There's no other way to say it. You guys did a good job answering questions and making sure that you got all of your questions out for day one about expansion and just being a part of a community who does not mind sharing. So if you were there at the Q&A, let us know in the chat. But also, if you have done your homework, you did your homework last night, let us know because we want to congratulate you. We want to celebrate you because it's very difficult to take time and set aside time in your business, but it's very necessary to do those things. So I want to know, right now if you did your homework last night, or if you're working on it. If you're working on it, I'm not mad at you. Just keep on working. Don't stop. Get it. Um, that's right, Chanel. Just tell the truth. I did some, but not all. Did my homework. Yes, this is what we want to know because as you grow and we go through this challenge, Simone says, "Hey, listen, I'm working. I'm working." As we go through this challenge, what we want you to do is have accountability and make sure that you get the work done, right? So do me a favor. Go ahead and tag your accountability partner, tag your childcare bestie. Girl, even tag your childcare hater. It's all right. Tag them too and let them know that we are on and we want them to have a fabulous, fantabulous, delicious year too, because we're about to get started on our day two. So this is what I want to know today. We always start with a question. And this is the question I want to know today. How many years have you been in business? How many years have you been in business? That is my question for today. I want to know. Yes, I'm being nosy. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to do me a favor and I want you to go ahead and share out this video as we go ahead and we bring our PowerPoint up. Do those two things for me. Let me know how many years you've been in business and go ahead and tag and share so we can get this party started. I like it a lot. Now, one thing you may need to be successful in this challenge is your success pack. Now, I have mine printed out. Y'all, this is a lot of pages of deliciousness, right? This is meant to help you plan your year. We wanted to make sure we put out a product that we can be proud of. We're going to walk through these pages over the next week so that you can plan for an amazing year. So one of the things that you may not know about me is I'm a child care owner just like you. We have multiple centers in the Houston area, and every assignment that I'm telling you to do, I have committed to doing that assignment myself, right? So some people will tell you something and it sounds great, but they will not apply it in their own business. That is not me. I am out here doing the work. So last night, I know Christina, right? It's just so juicy. Kimberly says, I am printed and I am ready to rock. I love it. I love it. And that's what we have to do. We have to really commit the time. So as we go through tonight, and as we begin to share day two, talking about people and policies. Lord, are y'all ready for this one? I might need to get a sip of water. as we begin to talk about people and policies, we're talking about the things that can either make or break our business. Even today on the Q&A, we were talking about being daycare dinosaurs and making sure that we're doing what we need to do to make sure our business flourishes and grows. So we put a lot of time into this challenge pack. We tried to hand deliver any challenge pack. If you bought the $21 challenge pack and you need any assistance, please inbox me on Facebook and we will get it to you. But if you have your challenge pack, will you just say, got it in the chat so we can know? We tried to send it to all 130 of you who purchased it, because it is definitely information that you're going to want to go through. On yesterday, you should have, I know, right? On yesterday, you should have answered your 21 questions. You should have started your SWOT analysis and set a time with your team to talk to them about the year. That was your assignment for yesterday. So let's go ahead and get into today. I'm so happy that you joined me for this challenge. Even though it's free, it's valuable. It ain't free because it's cheap. It's free because of my benevolence and loving kindness. But this may be the most valuable thing that you do to start your year off right? Because we want to start our year off with a bang, but we don't want to start well and then not finish well. So let's commit right now. We're going to start well, but we're also going to finish well, because a lot of times we're great at starting. Oh, yes. Get ready, set, go. But halfway through the race, we fizzle out, we shut down, we don't complete the task, we lose our integrity, we lose our discipline. But that's not this year. This is the year that we finish. This is the year that we complete. This is the year that we grow no matter what. This is the year of no excuses. And if you're with me, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, give me some stars. If this is your year to finish, if this is your year to take dominion, if this is your year to take your business back, I want you to begin to put your mindset in the manner of thinking. One of the things that we were doing with Elevation Mastermind, we told them to set their intentions. And one of the things that I added to my daily affirmation is I start what I finish. I start what I finish. I'm a finisher. And so when we move with intention, and as Sheila said, when we move on purpose, even when we get knocked down, we dust off the dust and we get back up again, right? I love it, Shannon. She says, this is my due season. So we're going to put back all the stress that we've ever had behind us, all the failure, all the disappointment, all the disagreements. Every time someone failed us, every time someone called in, that's not our business anymore. Those things don't serve us anymore. So we're looking for the heroes that are going to come and help us with our next leg of our business. And we cannot punish people who are coming to us for things that they did not do. Some of you guys have policies, procedures, attitudes, and dispositions for your old, raggedy employee that's not there anymore. It is time for you to go in with a renewed mind, forgive those people, let them go, and really start running your business from the point of view of excellence where we are now today, right? There was a song that one of my favorite artists sings that I think is very appropriate for this moment. And it's about us carrying baggage into the new year, right? So she would sing a song. She said, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Carrying all those bags like that. You gonna hurt your back carrying people from 2000. Some of y'all carrying people from 2010. Some of you carrying your ex-husband from 20 years ago. Let those people go. Some of you are still carrying a bad inspection. Baby, let that baggage go. Let that baggage go so you can enter into this year light. right? So you can enter into this year with hope. Well, you can enter into this year with expectation. You can enter into this year with positivity. And if I'm talking good, go ahead and share this video for me. So I don't care what business you're in. If you're in daycare, you're in the right place. If you're in another business, this is one of those nights where this is for everybody. We're going to talk about people and processes in your business. So I have to do a little bit of housekeeping. This training is copyrighted. We ask that you not reproduce, distribute, or transmit this in any way. You can share this, but we ask that you do not present it as if it's your own intellectual property. If you need me to come and talk to you or your group, all you have to do is ask, baby. So we're taking back our childcare business. This is a boot camp. We've already done our question for the day. How many years have you been in business? Every night we're going to meet here at 7 o'clock sharp Central Standard Time. And we're going to be here until about 8:15 every night. So for those of you who don't know me, is this anybody's first time? This is your first time ever coming to one of our challenges. We want to welcome you into our wonderful sisterhood, brotherhood, our family of childcare owners. But my name is Brandy Wood Smith. I've been in education for 24 years. I have three locations as of right now at 714, but number 4 is on the way. I'm a world traveler. I'm a thrill seeker, love roller coasters, zip lining, jumping out of airplanes, anything that's a near-death experience, I'll do it at least once. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm an author, I'm a publisher, but most of all, I am a friend to so many in the childcare industry, and I really, really love it. Hey, Tamala, congratulations. Thank you for being here. And hey, Jennifer, thank you for being here. I want to go over our bootcamp goals because we really want to help owners and directors move ahead. We want to help you plan for a profitable year, but we also want to help you take control of your childcare business. Because some of you, to be honest, you're not in control, but you're being controlled. Oh, God. Some of you are not in control of your emotions, and you let people swish you and move you. You're not in control of your finances because you don't have a realistic budget. You don't really know where your money is coming and going. You don't know your profit margins. Some of you don't have control of your staff. They're telling you what to do, and you're not telling them what to do. Some of you don't have control over your vision. You're just moving from day to day and hour to hour. We're not doing that in 2022. So we are taking control. Like my girl Janet said, control. Y'all can already see I'm dating myself. I'm going to be a good-looking 50-year-old, so don't judge me. Judge yourself. I have a good time out here in these near 50 streets. But we want you to be able to take control of your business. So we want to make sure that we offer you tools to do just that. So here's a way you can be successful. Set your clock every night for 6:55. Get your shrimp fried rice, get your beans, get your greens, cornbread, whatever you need to do. Your salad, some of you, your fruit, some of you are hitting the year off right. Get whatever you need and be in front of this computer at 7 o'clock because we start on time. Make sure you have your challenge pack ready. I have mine ready. It's going in my binder, and I will keep this all year long. This is not a one-time document, and this is why we do it as a downloadable PDF because we want you to be able to print out a sheet if you need it. Did y'all see that end of the month review? Tell me you've seen it. Tell me you've seen the end of the month review where you can go through every single month and review your month. You can do this with your staff. You can do this with yourself. But every month there's a 3-page end of the month review to make sure that you end the month off right. So I want you to make sure that you check out every page of the challenge pack. I suggest you get a binder, add your budget to it, add your staffing list, and this should become a part of your binder for the year, the part of your management system, okay? So make sure you grab your challenge pack. If you don't have it, the ticker is at the bottom of the screen. We have another live Q&A. Today we had a live Q&A just for people who bought the challenge pack, and we have another one on Thursday. So we talked about that. I want to say thank you to our sponsors really quick. IntelliKids and Preta 3. Them, along with myself, are responsible for the gifts. I will be giving away Chromebook and some walkies to our most visible participants. So in day one, let's get down to the fire. We talked about looking back in your childcare business, and you should have done these 3 things. Your 22 questions, your SWOT analysis, and you should have scheduled a time to speak with your staff. All right? So let me know. Did you do 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2? Did you do 0? Let me know which ones you did. I'm going to give you a moment to let me know. Just put that in the chat. Because we want to make sure we get to where we want to see our business, right? We want to make sure that we get there. 1, 2, or 3. Which things did you do on yesterday or today? Awesome. Keep it coming. I want to know, what did you do? Okay. That SWOT analysis will make you rethink your life. In my SWOT analysis, my team came up with that we are in a good position, an opportunity to go out and acquire other daycare centers. So I thought that that was very good. I'm really excited about that. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. So it looks like we are ready to go. So let's go into day 2. Day 2 is about people and processes. Now, the 2 things that can make or break your business is people and processes. So we're going to talk about how to activate both successfully to optimize your business management. Now, which one of these things do you feel like you need to work on the most? People or processes? People or processes? Which one of these things do you feel like, hey, I really need to put in some time? Is that people or is that processes? Okay, processes. I love it. And thank you guys that gave stars. We appreciate it. Those stars help rank our page. Some people said both. Hey, Trina. Okay. So I am going to go slow and fast. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes tonight on people. Well, maybe about 30 minutes on people and about 15 minutes on processes. And we're going to move through this because this is what I found out. Some of you are getting the people, but you're not doing what you need to do with the people. I'm going to move this banner from the bottom so we can all see the bottom of this slide. So when we talk about business, a lot of times you can be in one of 5 cycles, right? You can be in a point where it's about getting sales, the creation of cash. And for in childcare, this means that you're mostly focused on enrollment. Is that you? Okay, let's talk about where we are. Now, another point is you could be on profit. You can I got enough students, but now I'm working on profits and I'm working on stabilizing my business. Okay. But some of us, we got the sales, we're in profit, and now we're working on order. How can I create efficiency in this business? We're like, I need to bring order to this chaos. Y'all with me? Oh gosh. Impact is the creation of transformation, right? Now, I know a lady on here, she's in impact mode. Do y'all mind if I brag? If I can brag on her, say brag. Because I think many of us like are hoping and wishing we can get to the impact mode, right? And I want to know where you are. Are you in the sales mode, the profit mode, the impact mode, or the legacy mode? Okay, they say I can brag. So don't be acting funny when I brag, because y'all be, she ain't talk about me. Okay. So I met this lady about a year ago in a challenge just like this. It hadn't even been a year, to be exact. And she was at the point in her center where she was just like, Brandy, I know I'm making money, but I gotta get this in order, right? And so we did some things with her team, and we talked about how she can stagger and stack her leadership. And she's like, okay, I got it. And she began to bring order. But now she's moved into impact, because not only does she have her multiple centers running well, but now she has a resource center, a training lab for not just her daycare, but other daycares in the area, a food bank, a research center. So she's moved beyond just worrying about creating order in her own center. She is creating impact now in the community. Miss Aaliyah Adams, we are proud of you. We are so proud of the work that you do. We saw you mobilize efforts to send funds over to the Philippines. We see you help several of the owners in the group so quietly, making an impact in the community. And when she opened that training center, and when she started talking about giving food, and I mean, y'all, when I tell you, she has beautiful facilities. And she could just say, I'm going to take this profit and be in my own little corner of the world. But that's not what she does. She makes sure that she's building impact in the community. But can I tell you something, guys? You can't build that impact broke. In order to build that impact, you got to get past needing sales, right? You got to get past profit. You got to get past order. And you got to get into impact. And the last thing, we want to get into legacy. Oh my God. So when I think about Joyce Adams, she's in legacy, right? So her family had owned one of the first schools in Fifth Ward, Cashmere Gardens, which is one of our distinguished African-American communities in the Houston area. And for generations, they have passed on this legacy of excellence. They passed on this legacy of quality care in the community. They passed on this. When I found out that Joyce's family owned their own busing system in Houston, when buses were not necessarily, what do you call that, integrated. And when I found out, one of the first things that her family did is they provided a service to have equity. And even though Joyce and her siblings, I mean, degree, wonderful family, they could do many other things, but they moved into legacy. And legacy says, not only am I going to create something for profit so I can take care of myself, now for generations and generations to come, I'm creating legacy. When I think about Taj and her mom, they're creating legacy. One mother owning a center. Now the daughter is owning a center. When I think about Francesca and Devette, and how between them now, they have 12 centers. Is it 12? Between Davette, and Francesca, now they're moving into legacy. So a lot of times when we think about our business, we're so stuck in profit and order. We don't realize there's something greater in our business. No one told us we can be greater. So if no one told you you could be greater, I stand here tonight and I say greater is in you. You can be greater. It's great that you get your people and processes together, but you're not getting your people and your processes together just to say, I did it. You're getting your people and your processes together so you can build something that's long-standing. You can build something if you have to go into the hospital, if you have to take off, if you want to take a trip, that you're not a prisoner to your dream. Without the correct people and processes, you become a prisoner to your own dream. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I want to talk to the greater you tonight. I want to talk to the greater you who is now focused on legacy. I want to talk to the greater you that's now focused on impact. It's not enough just to have enough. That's not what we preach in Childcare Millionaires. And I know some of you look at the name and say, oh my God, I don't want people to know I make money. Girl, let me explain something to you. Let me give them a little gift bag. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole sent me Tiffany's today. I appreciate it. But why can't she send it? Because she's not living in sales. She's not living in, can I make a profit? Thank you guys who bought me that beautiful Christmas gift. Why can't we do that? Because you can make a profit. You can have people and processes and not be a prisoner to your dream. Don't drink the Kool-Aid of the people who are telling you you got to work 70 hours a week, that you shouldn't make any money, that you shouldn't drive what you want to drive. That's not true. It's incorrect. I'm glad Co-Pastor Keisha's on because we both drive our black Cadillacs. Not because maybe because we want to be flossy sometimes. Not because we want to. I have a big family. But I don't feel bad about prospering because I'm doing the work. So let's get into the work of tonight. So we want to be in legacy. Let me know where you are now. Sales, profit, order, impact, or legacy. So the question of today is your daycare a dinosaur? Is your daycare a dinosaur? What do we know about dinosaurs? They're big, they're lumpy, they're extinct, they don't move with ease. You know, now there's some bad dinosaurs out there, but they would wreak havoc. Even if they were the top of the food chain, it was no smoothness about them, right? And so we want to talk about taking your daycare out of possible extinction. So but first we got to ask the question, what's missing from your business? Excuse me for a second. What's missing from your business? Is it processes? Is it people? Is it finances? Is it what's missing? Is it automation? What's missing? Is it attraction? Is it curbside appeal? Some of us want to put our problems on everything else, but we have to figure out what's missing so we don't operate like a dinosaur. We have to figure out what's missing so we can fix the problem internally and not always look externally. So I ask you, what's missing? So there are really 3 things that can keep you out of being a dinosaur. Okay? And I want to talk about these 3 things. People. Who's doing the stuff? Your people. Who are your people? Your processes. How is the stuff done? I mean, you can't get no simpler than that. Technology. What do we do with the stuff? Right? And how can we streamline what we do with the stuff? So when we have our people and our processes together, we're able to scale at a you ready to open daycare after daycare. Monica is on the line, and I don't think Monica ever is going to be in question if she's ready to open another daycare. Because she set up her first center not to need her. She set up her second center not to need her. She's setting up her third center not to need her. So she's figured out, if I have a system, I can plug anybody I need to in the system. That's what McDonald's does. That's what Chick-fil-A does, right? I don't think she's ever wondering, oh my Lord, should I open another center? No, that's not her wonder. Her wonder is, where is the keys to the building? So I can put this building through the system. And then next, once you have the people and the processes, you can really begin to integrate technology, right? Some of you are answering phones. There are systems that can do that for you. Some of you are scheduling tours. There are systems that can do that for you. Some of you are collecting money at the door. Lord, Lord. There are systems that can do that for you. You got to have systems. That's why some childcare centers are able to franchise. And, I don't believe that franchises are better. Okay? I'm not against them. And I may own one one day soon. Y'all can franchise with me. I don't think franchises are bad, and I don't think they're better. But they have systems. And the reason why someone would spend money to be in a franchise is because they know with our people, processes, and technology, they're going to move slower, right? But if I can open a center and I have a hiring system, I have an HR system, I have a marketing system, I have a client attraction system, right? I have a communication system. But some of us are still texting our employees on their phone that they can use however they want to, that you cannot make them answer. Some of you are still sending emails to personal email addresses instead of getting company email addresses. Some of you are still giving your parents red notices. They don't look at them, but if you text them, they will. So you don't have any mass communication system. We're dinosaurs. So we got to move into the point in our business where we have technology working for us just like people. Just like people, technology works for us. And that's when we get into innovation. So when you have people and processes, you can scale and you can grow. You can scale and you can grow. However, when you have technology, you can scale, you can grow, you can automate, and then you can innovate. You're ready to move at a bigger, faster pace, right? I love this. Vanexia, and I hope I said her name correct. Vanexia says, hi, Mama and Abby receptionists are my favorite, right? Some of my favorite tools are our sponsors. IntelliKids, I get a text, someone is coming to tour my building. My directors say that person enrolled. They get the enrollment packet. They send it back to us. It uploads into our pre-to-3. We got a whole little situation going on over here. We're not losing paper over here. We're not hand delivering tuition statements over here. Okay? So it's very important that we think about how people, processes, and technology are going to get us where we need to go. All right, Lord, he said, I got to move on. So one of the things that you're going to do in tonight's assignment, you're the first person that needs to get in order. And I'll wait. You are the first person that needs to get in order. Some of you are in the membership. You come to class sometime. You don't. When you do, you say, oh, my God, I should have came. Because we have all kind of free systems for you. But what you need to do is you got to take a step back and you have to say, okay, Tay, Brittany, Christina, Sheena, Connie, Monica, you got to talk to yourself. You got to call your name out. You got to talk to yourself. Letitia, you got to talk to yourself. And you have to say to yourself, what am I doing wrong? Before you go out and criticize anybody else, I need you to do your owner's role analysis. And it's 4 questions. What tasks do I do currently? Right? What tasks do I do currently? Then you want to ask yourself another question. You can't say everything because I hate when y'all do that. I don't want to talk about y'all, but I don't like when y'all do that. So you don't do everything, but there are some things that you do. But those of you that have directors and other people, you're not doing everything. So stop that. Really talk about what you are doing. I think I lost my PowerPoint. I'm going to pull it back up. The next thing you need to do is say, what are you doing that is going undone? You're not doing it well. Because though that is right there, that is your potential. Sorry, guys. We're going to get to where we need to be. The things that you are supposed to do, but they're not getting done, that right there is your potential to use other people. All right? Are y'all with me? So tonight on this page, you're going to do your analysis. In this analysis, you're going to write down everything you do. You may need 10 sheets of paper. I don't know. But you got to know what it is. And then you're going to say what task is normally unattended or neglected. I'm supposed to do this, but I really don't. Like, for example, I'm supposed to do staff reviews, but I don't do them on time. I know I don't. I'm supposed to do a building walkthrough, but I don't do it. I don't do it often enough. I know I don't. Are y'all with me? If you can hear me, say yes. If you can hear me, say yes. Okay, great. The next part of this is, what tasks can you train others to do and delegate? Now, I don't care if that's 10 tasks or one task. I just need you to start delegating some tasks. Now, I say delegate tasks that deal with money a lot slower than tasks that don't deal with money, okay? But you want to say, what can I delegate? What can I delegate? And then what will be your new role? So you're going to think about what you do, what you're supposed to do that you're really not doing. Then what do you need to delegate? And last but not least, what will your new role look like this year? I want you to actually write that role out. Some of you're an owner, but you're still working as a teacher. So you're not growing the business. You're not marketing the business. You're not really working in your role. Some of you are an owner, but you're working as a director. You're not really operating in your role. And if you're not really operating in your role, you will not get to order, you will not get to impact, and you will not get to legacy. And I don't want to be the person that says that to you, but I got to be the person that says that to you. Probably, I just called you out. Didn't mean to, but it did. Because I got to. I don't want to lie to you and tell you your business is going to get in order if you don't get in order. You're the first person that needs to get in order. Please believe you cannot be in disorder, but all your staff is in order. You cannot be late, but your staff be on time. You cannot have the worst attitude in the building, but your staff be friendly. You cannot be not be just willy-nilly operating without a budget, and you think people are just going to work with the scraps that you give them. You can't do that. You got to take ownership of your ugly. Now, I know that there are probably some sweet childcare coaches out here that be like, hey, guys, yay, you're great. But some of y'all are not great. Some of y'all got the potential to be great, but some of y'all are wrecking your own business, and you're your worst enemy, and you got a stank attitude, and nobody wants to tell you. So I'm telling you, stop going in that business acting like it's not a billion-dollar industry. Stop it. Stop going in there with the wrong raunchy attitude. Stop being unorganized. Stop lying to your staff saying we're going to do this, but you don't do it. Take ownership of your ugly and then fix it. I try to be nice, but to be honest, nobody is going to tell you the truth because they need your paycheck. And you sign that check. And sometimes they're not going to be willing to tell you the truth. But in reality, you need to be very cautious and very careful about how you work in your own business. Would you give yourself a raise? Would you hire you? Would you want every employee to be like you? If not, there's work to do. And that work is not just for others, that work is also for you. Y'all still like me? Do you still love me? I hope you love me. Some says I hire myself 50 times over. Other says I'd hire and fire me. But the reality is before we can talk about anyone else, we needed to talk about ourselves. Now we can get on, we can move on. Next, I just want to talk really quick about it does matter who works for you. We're not going to do this assignment tonight, but it is a resource sheet that I really want you to do. It's called a staff avatar. In this staff avatar, it asks you some questions about your ideal employee. One of the questions that we ask in our interviews to new employees, we ask them, if you were hiring for your child's teacher, what attributes would you want them to have? Right? And then they tell us, oh, I want my teacher to be loving and kind and blah, blah, blah. They give us all the good stuff. And they, all the good stuff. And then we ask them, do you exemplify all of those qualities? And sometimes the answer is no. And sometimes the answer is I try. But you and your directors need to take out this page and you need to do your staff avatar. What qualities does your ideal staff member have? For us, we really want more degreed staff members. They used to not be on our qualities. We will want more degreed staff members, right? People who are on time. But we want people who really do want to further their education, right? Another thing that you want to do is make sure your job descriptions are clear. And then it asks, what qualities do you want in an ideal director? Now, you may want your director to have different qualities. And then what positions do you need? So go through this. It only talks about 2 positions. Could you not do this for a driver and a cook? Of course, you can do that for those people. But most of us need to really focus on teachers and directors right now. So I want you to make sure that you do your staff avatar. Are you with me? You promise? Let me know if you promise that you're going to do it. Let me know. Yay. Okay, good. So we are always hiring, but sometimes we have not taken time to think about who we need to hire, and that who may not be a person, but it may be a type of person. So in my business, I am always hiring. I don't care if I'm full, I'm hiring. So we all want this perfect employee. Hard worker, team player, they're skilled, they're loyal, they're honest, right? We don't want any warm bodies in our building. We want to make sure people are hired to do something and then they execute it and they do it. But if we don't take time and really know what kind of person we want to hire, we end up hiring these people that we really don't want. And we knew from the beginning that we didn't want them. We knew from the beginning that they were not ideal for us. But some way, we still settled for this person who did not meet our avatar. So one of the things that we do is we're looking for 5 things in people. If they don't have at least 4 out of those 5, I don't care. It's warm of a body that we need. We just don't hire them. We just don't. So we can build you some, right? We can train you. So if you don't have experience, you cannot have experience and you don't have a flexible schedule. What? So we're looking for someone with experience, someone who is willing to learn, they're willing to go to school, someone with a flexible schedule. We're looking for soft skills, people skills. And sometimes an interview will trick you on those soft skills. So that's why we do multiple interviews, right? And then we're looking for people who are friendly. Have you ever interviewed somebody and they just got a resting mean face? They just look like this. The whole interview, they don't smile. You ask them questions, they like, I know I can do the job. Like, they put no effort in the interview, like literally no effort. But you continue to hire me. You say, oh, well, we can train them. They look dependable. If you think about the real cost to hire, you will stop doing that, right? Because what is the real cost to hire? And if you're in the membership and you don't know this, shame on you. See, the real cost to hire is not just, a few $100s. The real cost to hire is between $2,000 and $5,000. Oh, Tanya, let me tell you something about with the mask mandate. What we do is we have a point in our interview where we say, do you mind standing up? Or we'll stand up and we'll move at least 6 feet back. And we will ask them something. We will say, listen, we want to see your lovely smile. We want to show you our lovely smile so we can make sure that we actually know what you look like. And we make it a joke. You say, because of, the pandemic, we don't get to see each other anymore. Y'all, I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. I hired a teacher during the pandemic with a mask on. She didn't have any teeth. They were gone. The teeth, not there. Does that mean she was a bad person? No. Did that mean that I was in shock later? Yes. Brittany, I can't make this up. I can't make it up. But I was totally in shock. So we do staff photos. And we were like, okay, go ahead and smile for your photo. It was something that it was an experience that I didn't expect. So the real cost of hiring someone is between $2,000 and $5,000. You don't believe me? Here you go. You search for an employee. Would y'all be able to say you spend about 10 hours for every applicant? You on Indeed, you're posting jobs, you're reading the resume, you're interviewing, creating job descriptions. All right. So even at $10 an hour, that's $200. You interview and you call back several different people. You do background checks, orientation. So you got to pay the trainer for orientation. You paying the person for orientation. Now they have to have training days. So you're paying the person who's training them as well as them. And it takes them about 6 weeks to be proficient. And this is just at $10 an hour. Lord knows some of us make more than $10 an hour. And then you have all your onboarding costs. Before you know it, you spent $3,000 hiring this person that did not fit your avatar, that cannot take your company where you want it to go. So are you going to keep doing that? Are you going to keep putting people in positions that don't belong in your business? You're going to keep putting people in positions that can't follow your policies and procedures? Even your pretend policies and procedures that no one knows about? We're going to get to that in a second. I love it. She said, and no. But this is what's happening because we're not taking time to say, this is the kind of employee I really need. And this is what it may cost me to get this employee. But that's better than me spending $3,000 to $5,000 4 or 5 times before I get the right employee. Right? So I want you to do something. I want you to make sure you identify, you match people with the roles that you need them to have, you hire better, and then you create a plan to grow them and get them where you want to be. Okay? We're not just hiring anybody off the street. Some ways that you can reduce costs in hiring is mass hire. Man, take a screenshot of this one. I'm telling you guys, mass hire. Make sure when you hire, if you need 2 people, hire 4. If you need 4 people, hire 10. Because I guarantee you, all of them will not make it through orientation. We do a soft orientation before we do a full orientation, and some of those people do not make it through that soft orientation. We call it when they come and get their paperwork. We actually, before we even take their paperwork, before we're paying them, we go through our handbook with them, and we have them sign that they think that they can follow the rules that we went over. And we go over about 16 things that's in our handbook. When they come and pick up their paperwork, we ask them to wear a red shirt and pants because that's a part of our uniform. It's a pre-interview. It's a pre-orientation. When they come and pick up their paperwork, we do the pre-orientation, and we also assign them some prerequisite classes. Just like the hospital does, just like other jobs do certain assessments, we do pre-onboarding. That weeds out about 30% of the crazies. I'm telling you. Because if they're not willing to invest 90 minutes on the front end, they're definitely not going to invest on the back end. Another thing that you can do is you can make sure that you create training or buy training videos that they can watch before their first day. Some of the state has free videos that you can assign. You can have a hero trainer that, makes a little bit less to train them. Require that they submit all their paperwork. I'm not taking nothing from you the day you're supposed to start. You're going to do that in your pre-orientation. If you can't give me your paperwork before you start, bam, can't. I can't work with you if you can't give me your diploma. I can't work with you if you can't do the things that you need to do. You can't take your COVID safety class that takes less than 40 minutes. I can't hire you. So people literally will weed themselves out. You will find out who is not compliant. Jennifer, right? This will happen. And then we require all new applicants to have prerequisites. For us, that's our COVID training, CPR, and we have another like safety and supervision. And normally if people don't do those things, the people that we've let slide are given, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, we'll work with you. We work with them, and then they don't work with us. And that's not fair. It's not fair to my staff, and it's not fair to the directors that have to deal with them. So we don't want to put ourselves in that position. Okay. So moving over to processes. People without processes do not work. Can y'all say it with me? People without processes do not work. You can hire the best of the best, Meek. You can hire a stellar person, and you don't have processes, they're going to fire themselves, because people who are great, they don't want to work in chaos. And people that will work without processes, they probably were not going to follow the ones that you had anyway. People without processes don't work. So, one of the things that and this is in your challenge pack, but I want to talk about it. One of the things that we do at the beginning of the year, we plan out our staff events. And if you go to page 13 in your challenge pack, you're going to see a page like this where you can plan out the year. So your staff training, you should know what you're training your staff on right now for January, February, at least for the first quarter. Staff events, what meetings are you going to have? What team building, like on, for example, we're not off on MLK. I wish we could be, but we can't. I'm sorry. But we're having a whole I Have a Dream Day. It's a training for our staff, but we're also giving them new supplies. We're signing them up for their CDA course. We have this whole situation that we're doing. We have team building coming in, all of this good stuff. And then staff promotions. Are you doing any promotions? Free dress Friday if you had perfect attendance. I shared last night that we were doing the $50 gift cards for people who had 90% attendance. What promotions do you have that are promoting your staff to step up and stand out? Because just saying they should do it because they ought to do it, you don't do everything you should do because you ought to do it. How can you reward them? How can you invest in them? How can you pour in them? Can you do this page for me, please? Sometimes the reason we don't do things is just because we didn't plan to do them. But if you can plan to have a training, if you can plan to have something that's team building, if you can plan to have promotions, right? That would be great. How are you going to celebrate birthdays in your center? Because one day Susie gets a cake, but when it's my birthday, nobody says anything. How do you think that staff member feels? Just because Susie is liked? Well, my birthday, I want to be recognized. How can you plan your staffing year? So this simple document will just help you get the thoughts out of your hand. Okay? Out of your head, excuse me. So we want to, staff growth should be your priority. Oh, Meek, you can get it. Let me put the banner at the bottom. If you don't have the challenge pack, it does come with a 61-page workbook, as well as some private Q&As. You can print it. You can use it forever and ever and ever. But our staff is our priority. We're looking for leadership camps, state-sponsored trainings, all of those things. If you guys are having a good time, let me know you're having a good time. I don't know what happened to my G. But we want our staff to be Army strong, right? We want our staff to be Army strong. If you learned something so far, let me know. Let me know. If you know something you're already going to implement, let me know. Okay? And what does your Army need? We need to understand the ranks. They need to understand how to move up. They need basic training when they start, but they also need field training, right? But then they need drills, just like in the Army. I don't care if you've been in the Army 20 years, you're going to run drills. You're going to run drills. And so you need ongoing training for your staff. So, standard operating protocols. I have a question for you. Have you been clear with your staff? Do they know what to do? Because most workers say, and I didn't say it, so don't be mad at me. Because I didn't say this, so don't be mad. But most workers say that they need more support, and they would stay longer if they had more support in their job. And some of you say, I've told them. Everyone doesn't learn by hearing. You got to have written protocols. Then you learn by doing. Don't just tell me, watch me do it, right? And when you have something written, you watch them do it, you've got feedback. Now you're in a good position. I'm going to make sure I clear the screen so you guys can take a screenshot. Only 13% of people surveyed said it's always clear. They always have the right information, right? But over 60% say they have a difficult time getting the information they need. And people don't want to ask you. They do not want to ask you every time that they don't remember something. So they just wing it. But if they can go back and look at the protocol, if they can go back and watch the video, then I think you would have more success. If you have a training protocol, it's 94% easier to train your staff. And employees said that they would stay longer if jobs would commit to helping them learn. Right? So what is an SOP? How do I create one, Brandy? And that's why we're having our SOP University for the next 3 months. First thing you do is you create a list of processes in your business. I always say start with the ones where people are messing up on them or the ones that are most important. Then you want to identify your audience. Are you writing this for a director? Are you writing this for a parent? Who are you writing this SOP for? You want to define the objectives. So is this a list of what you do to close down your classroom at the end of the day? What is the objective? Is this the objective to enroll new families without missing documentation? What is the objective, right? So while we're going through this in the chat, just write down something you know you need a written procedure for. Like you know it in your heart. Your heart knows it, that you know you need a written procedure. If you know you need a written procedure for something, go ahead and jot it in the chat. Okay? So then you create the SOP. You write out the steps and you choose a format. Is this going to be a flow chart? Is this going to be steps 1, 2, 3, 4? Is it going to be an if-then kind of situation? If they have a temperature, do that. If they don't have a temperature, do this, right? There's so many formats that we're going to go over in our SOP University. Because some things it's really easy for a checklist or steps, but other things you need to be a little bit more complicated, like customer service. What do we do if a kid loses their jacket, their coat? How do we handle those parents that says, I want you to pay because my child came in here with this Nike jacket and y'all can't find it? So some things are situational and like if-then statements really work. Some things are steps, right, that you want people to follow. So choosing a format is very important depending on the SOP. And then we want to make sure that it's written where anybody can understand. So, yeah, Christina, we had about 30 jackets in our lots and found going into Christmas. Now, it's cold today in Houston and yesterday, so people wanted those jackets. So you got to learn how to make sure. We as teachers, you clear everything out of your room at the end of the day. Lunch kits, jackets, anything. So it's not in their rooms 2 or 3 days later. That's our SOP. A part of their shutdown procedure is if there is any sippy cup, backpack, jacket, dirty changes of clothes, when you leave, you bring it to the front at the end of the day. Now, the caveat to that is when they bring it up, we want to know why. Why did that not get in the kid's backpack? Why did this not go home? Right? So it's still some measure of accountability there. Right? But there is still a procedure. Every coat that comes into our building must be labeled instantly. We take it off of them. We get the Sharpie. We label the coat. We don't want to go. We have 160 kids. Do you think we can figure out who 160 coats belong to? I think not. And I'm not explaining to Tanisha why her baby Nike coat is on this other little boy. I'm not doing that. So anything that comes in our building, blanket, pillow, jacket, backpack, lunch kit, sippy cup, everything must be labeled. Everything. All right, let me go on. I got excited. End of the day procedures, opening procedures, your enrollment procedures, class transition. How do we move a student from the toddler class to pre-K? What is your transition protocol? Oh my God, this has been an issue for us. Making sure all the things move over, that the parent is notified, that the kid takes a picture on their first day in the new class, that they get a treat the day before saying that they're moving up so they don't cry the whole next day, right? What's your incident and illness protocol? What's your non-payment procedure? This is 6 of probably 600. But I'm going to say this. As we begin this SOP University, I'd rather you have 6 good ones that you use than 600 that nobody knows about. Quantity is not the only issue when you're doing SOPs. You want quality, and you want to make sure your staff has that set of SOPs down. And then you want to go to another set of SOPs if you haven't done it before, right? Now, if you have all your SOPs and procedures written, you're going to go over your basic ones, doing your basic training or your new hire orientation. And then on your staff planning, you're going to be going over other policies and procedures that are appropriate for that time, right? Or if they have a role, like they're the cook, they need all of the kitchen policies and procedures. If they're a driver, they need the transportation SOPs. An SOP is a standard operating procedure or protocol. Okay? And you want to make sure that they're not in your head, that they are written protocols. All right, we are coming to an end. You guys did a great job tonight. So what's the protocol you know that you need? That's the question. So it's time to take our business back. We are so excited that you're here in this boot camp. And every day we're going to be working on something. So today we talked about staff, including you. We talked about people in your organization. And we talked about procedures, right? And what space in your business are you at? Are you in, sales where you're just trying to make enough to break even? Are you in profit? Or are you trying to create order, right? Or you creating an impact? Or you at the legacy? Yes, Jennifer, I see you. Hey. So these are the things that we are working on over this week. So here are your day 2 assignments. You're going to complete the owner role analysis. You're going to complete the staff avatars and the staffing yearly plan. If you do not have a packet, you can go, that's cute. You can go to the link. I'm going to put it in the chat. The automation is set up, so it should deliver to you instantaneously. Bootcamp Success Pack, and you can grab your Success Pack. Guys, do y'all think that the Success Pack is worth $21? Hey, is the Success Pack not worth $21? And I'm taking time to do live Q&A. So we have another Q&A on Thursday. There's no Q&A tomorrow. Oh, if you haven't received it, Erica, please send us a private message. We tried to mail anyone who had deliverability issues, We actually looked in our software to see why they were not delivered so we could try to figure it out. Because we do want everyone to receive the messages. We're sending out messages reminding you of what's going on all week. So we want you not just to get your challenge pack, we want we want to make sure you get your messages from us long term. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. I like that. It was a brain stimulator. Go, Debbie. I like that. All right. So I will definitely thank my team. They worked really hard on putting that together. They always make sure that it's cute and nice and pretty for you guys. So I definitely appreciate that. So listen, I want to tell you a little bit about the membership in our SOP Academy. Yes, I can. This one, is this the one you needed, Brittany? I'll wait 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Valerie, it was a purchase. If you purchased it and for some reason you didn't receive it, please send me a private inbox with your email and the team will send it to you. Yay. Thank you, Joanna. All right. So in March, well, January, February, and March, we're doing something called the SOP University. In the SOP University, every month we'll be focusing on SOPs in different ways. So our first month, January, we're going to be focusing on general SOPs. How do you write one? We're going to give you guys some templates, and we're actually going to have an HR director come and talk about why having SOPs are important and how you can use that to measure your staff's effectiveness, measure them for raises and things like that. So that's going to be January. In February, we're going to talk about job roles and delegation. In March, we're going to be talking about tools, automations, and how to make those procedures easier for you, right? How to make enrollment easier, how to make bill pay easier. So we're going to start with the basics, and then we're going to go to people in specific SOPs, like what do I need for the cook? What do I need for drivers? What do I need for infant room teachers? And in March, we're going to do delegation and automation. How do I make technology help me work this out? But you have to come to the class so you can do it. So, Brandy, how do I get to the class? Many of you are already in our membership, so no problem. For those of you who are not, we made it really easy to join. You can join by going to childcaremembership.com. And your first month can be $21. Regularly, it's $99 a month. But we give you $78 off of your first month, making it $21, right? So you'll be able to get everything and access to everything in our membership for the first month for $21. We don't hide anything. We don't hold anything back. And those of you who are in the membership, can y'all not tell them how awesome it is? The membership includes a monthly masterclass that is 90% of the time taught by me. And then we also have a monthly Q&A. We have a monthly expert who comes in, whether that's an HR director, one of our monthly experts consults with franchises who really have to have their systems together. We have really great experts. We have all kinds of templates, classroom checklists. We have, oh my God, lesson plans, report cards, curriculum, operational summary, budget templates, business plans, how to get started, how to open your next center, all of those things, how to hire well, how to evaluate your staff. All of that stuff is tucked in the membership for you to view whenever you want to view it. So we have a library of those things. We also have forms and templates that you can use. And then you also get a discount on our events that we have when you're in the membership. So we hope to see more of you in the membership. There is a yearly option, but if you want to try it out monthly, you can start your first month for $21. When you do the yearly option, you get 2 months free. So we definitely wanted to tell you guys a little bit about that tonight. And then we want to remind you to do the work. We have some badges that are on the way. There was some corrections, but we want you to go in the group and talk about the work. Post your SWOT analysis. Tell us about what you did. Show us that you wrote in this handy dandy packet, right? Show up to the classes so we can keep seeing your name. Make complete. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Handbook templates are in there. Make comments about, so we want to see visible people. We're going to be giving away our Chromebooks. We're going to be giving away some walkie-talkie systems. And we really thank IntelliKids and Pre-to-3 for their sponsorship donations to help us do that. So guys, we want to see you in there. Please join the membership. Become a part of our family. Who's new that's going to join? We want to see you. We want to congratulate you. This month, we'll do like a membership welcome party because we expect, many of you will join us for the SOP University. There is no contract in the membership, but we would love for you to come in and join us and do that work with us. It's very easy to join, and we promise that you will love it, love it, love it, love it. Yay! I love it. Well, happy birthday, Miss Jewel. Happy birthday, happy birthday. So all you guys have to do is go to childcare membership. Use that code WOW21 so you can get $78 off your first month. So that is all that we have for tonight. I am 4 minutes over. But tomorrow we want you to join us. Tomorrow we'll be talking about profits and planning. Now, in our membership, we did a whole budgeting class. So we will not do budget tomorrow, but we will talk about profit. But if you want to take our budgeting class, it's already there for you. All kind of budget templates are already in the membership waiting for you to use them. So come and join us in day 3. Yay. We're so happy to have you guys. And guys, we'll see you soon. We'll definitely see you at the bank. Do not miss tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last night. I know it seemed like it went so fast, but then on Thursday, we have our closing Q&A. If you bought your Challenge Success Pack, then you should have gotten the link to the Q&A. If anyone needs that Success Pack and you haven't bought it, you can go ahead and buy it. But if you bought it and you haven't received it, please send me a direct message so I can get it to you tonight. All right. Thank you for staying until the end. We love you guys and have a wonderful hump day, the first hump day of the year.
Hi, my name is Francesca Velasquez, and I am from Stamford, Connecticut. And Childcare Millionaires has been amazing. I have learned to shift my mindset. I have learned to not work in my business, but work on my business. When I first met Brandy back during the pandemic, she taught me and gave me the confidence to give over the keys, to have openers, so I didn't have to get up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to go open my center, because I was paying other people to do that. And I am so excited about what the future is going to bring me. Thank you. Danette Miller, Atlanta, Georgia. I just want to say Childcare Millionaires has been an absolute blessing to me. Brandy is the bomb. She has blessed my life so much till I am getting ready to open up 2 childcare centers. Childcare Millionaires is something that I cherish, and I recommend anyone to become a member. Thank you so much.